is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
For Penland, catch, shoot three, up, and it swishes in. CP for three.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative.
Rogers at the free throw line, kicks it out. Alvey into the left corner. Weichel three. Butter. Braylon Weichel flaming hot from the outside.
Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burke Tar Stadium press box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
We welcome you to Hickory, North Carolina, where Carson-Newman is set to begin a new season, its 47th season of basketball. And it begins once again in the SAC Peach Belt Challenge. It's the Lady Eagles up against a Lander Bearcats squad that won 14 games a season ago. I'm Andrew Rogers, glad to take you through another season of Carson-Newman women's basketball. The Lady Eagles are coming off a 23-win season in their 14th NCAA tournament berth. And now Mike Mincy's led his program to the NCAA tournament in 7 of the past 8 years and 8 times in his 14 seasons. And the Lady Eagles are coming off a season in which it led Division II in assists, averaging nearly 20 per game. They did that 15 different times this season. Carson-Newman's picked second in the South Atlantic Conference. It goes up against a Lander team that was picked 5th in the Peach Belt's coaches poll earlier this season. The Bearcats made it to the Peach Belt semis before losing to Georgia Southwestern and ending their season a year ago 14-13 overall. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, fans. It is time to hear from the head coach, Mike Mincy. We'll take a break, and we'll continue to get you ready for the season opener between Carson-Newman and Lander. On the other side, we speak to the head coach, Mike Mincy, who enters his 15th season when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
In Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Andrew Rogers back here on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off as Carson-Newman women's basketball begins its 47th season in program history. Here with the head coach, Mike Mincy, who enters his 15th season. Coach, every season obviously is different. You lose 4 players that combine for over 300 starts. 2 of them were top 10 scorers in the program's history. But luckily you do return the conference's newcomer of the year and an all-SAC player and several others that have been key contributors. What are you most eager to see from your team in the first game setting of the season?
Well, you kind of said it there in the opening statement. You know, we do return Jen, who's an accoladed player, but outside of that, it's a lot of new people. Yeah, some have started, but they haven't had to carry the load like what they're going to have to carry this year. So it's an exciting bunch. I think we've had moments of really good stuff, and we've talked about it before, and we've had moments where we didn't necessarily look as well as I would like. So first games are always interesting. This year is kind of how it was last year. We're going into it a little bit blind with Lander, even though they have one remaining coach, which is the head coach, and they've got 2 of their best players back. But outside of that, they have, I think it's like 13 new players. Just a lot of new bodies. Hard to get information on them, how they're going to gel together. Are they going to change their systems from what they did last year? So there's going to have to be a lot of in-game adjustments, and I think it'll be a good test for our kids. I think they've got a good squad, and I'm curious to see how we're going to be able to play on both ends of the floor.
Something your teams have always done is scored the basketball, and a big reason why is because you passed it so well, and you did that last year, led the country in assists, second time in the last couple of seasons your program's done that. You returned several players that were part of that. Jennifer Sullivan and Emily Gonzalez were 2 of your better distributors, and then you throw Keely Rogers back in, who didn't even play last season because of an injury. What did you see from those 3 specifically during their time here to elevate this team offensively with their ability to pass the ball?
Well, I'm certainly glad that those kids have, they're eager to share the ball and try to distribute and hit maybe an extra pass to get a player an easier shot or an open shot. But that's one of the things that we've tried to pride ourselves on is taking care of the ball, assisting, and more importantly, having a positive assist-to-turnover ratio. We talk about it a lot in our program, and even looked it up today. Like, we've gone 10 straight years of ending the year with having more assists than turnovers. And yesterday, not naming names, but looking at a lot of the games in our region, there were many games where both teams were upside down in the assist-to-turnover ratio. And so it's just, our program has kind of been built on, the fundamental aspect of, you assist more than you turn it over, you're going to have a good chance of winning. When you put good players on the floor with high IQs that can put the ball in the bucket, so if you're shooting, when you're between 42 and 45%, you get more opportunities at the bucket. That's how you get up to 75, 80 points a game. Don't know where we're going to be this year. I mean, 80 has kind of always been our benchmark, but, like Dusty and I've joked, like 75 might be the new 80. Who knows? But, again, and outside of Jen, Keely, and Emily, I mean, we do have some other really good passers. Knuckles comes to mind. Carly can obviously distribute it out. Caroline as well.
Andrew Rogers chatting with head coach Mike Mincy here on the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, your teams have been accustomed to playing in this SAC Peach Belt Challenge for a number of years now. This goes to 11th straight. If you exclude the COVID year, your teams have won 18 of the 20 games. Why do you think your groups have been able to get off to good starts? Because you've played Lander and Aiken every single time in these challenges, and obviously it's no different this year. But why do you think previous teams have had success, and how can this year's team have success in the 2 games this weekend?
Well, I think it's twofold answer there. I mean, one, I've been at Carson-Newman for a while, so we've not had a lot of turnover. We haven't lost half the team or whatever, and then had to replace them and build a new roster up. And all the teams, or Lander and Aiken, who we're talking about, they have gone through coaching changes. Lander's gone through multiple coaching changes, and we just haven't had to go through that. And I think that's one of the things that helps us, especially early in the year. And then we've been one of those teams that has always probably been ahead of schedule a little bit in terms of like stuff that we try to get in. We've always had to prepare for the likes of Tennessee and things of that nature. So we probably got more in, even though we didn't play them this year, than maybe some teams do. And so we've kind of always been ahead of schedule. I don't know if that's going to be the case this year, but we've got a lot of things in offensively, defensively. We worked on a lot. So in terms of our practices, we're less drill-based and more working on what it's going to take to play in the 5-on-5 segment.
All right, good luck in today's season opener.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's the head coach, Mike Mincy. We're on with the AUC countdown to tip-off after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh, home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Power comes with not only having a voice, but knowing that it is heard. As part of an electric co-op, you're not just getting electricity. You're getting the power to have your voice heard and the opportunity to work together with your community to create a better tomorrow. Here, you're not just a customer, you're a member. AEC, empowering voices just like yours.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
All right, Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Hickory, North Carolina at Schuford Arena. We'll give you one final nugget before we take our final break of the AEC countdown to tip-off. Carson-Newman leads the all-time series 12-8 with Lander has won 3 straight, including a 90-64 win a season ago in Greenwood. That was Carson-Newman's largest margin of victory over the Bearcats. As well, the Eagles will try to put together another quality performance and do it yet again in a season opener. Starting lineups and tip-off heads your way when we come back to Schuford Arena after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This
Goes up with the right hand. Scores and one.
is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
To Weichel, top of the key, three from Braylon's up, swished in. Braylon Weichel from downtown gives Carson-Newman the lead back.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Fresh Ideas, by the Eagle Club, First Bank, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, by the Eagle Shop, Tri-Light, by Premier Building Maintenance, by Modern Woodman Financial Planning, by the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
All right, Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Shuford Arena, where Carson-Newman is set to begin its 2025-26 season under head coach Mike Mincy, who has won 287 games in his 14 seasons and is trying to start another season that ends in the NCAA tournament for his program. They have done that 7 of the last 8 seasons. Eagles and Bearcats, let's give you the starting lineups. We'll start for the visiting Bearcats, who are led by Nicole Shelwick in her second season. Shelwick went 14-13 as the head coach for Lander last year. She sends out a backcourt of a junior guard from Montgomery, Alabama, Trinity Thomas, also joined by a returner in Quadasia Langley. She is a senior guard from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, the team's top scorer from last year. Missed the last part of the year with an injury, but averaged 16 points per game. Also, the backcourt is a 5'10 guard forward combo. Serenity Eccles from Memphis, Tennessee, Mississippi Valley State transfer, started 14 games there last year. Ainsley Gartrell and Lauren Hunt are the other two starters for the Bearcats, both transfers from Erskine and Triton. Carson-Newman sends out its starting five of Jennifer Sullivan, Maddie Knuckles, Emily Gonzalez, Caroline Hill, and Keely Rogers were underway as the ball taps around and the Eagles as Gonzalez controls into the front court. Carson-Newman in white. We've got an issue with the clock. The shot clock never started. The game clock's already 7 seconds in. So Carson-Newman will inbound from the far sideline. Jennifer Sullivan will inbound for Carson-Newman in the white uniforms. The Eagles are the home team in this game. They'll be the visiting team tomorrow when the Pacers match up with the Eagles. Lander is in the visiting black with gold lettering with blue numerals outlined in yellow. Also on the front and back of the uniform, Lander across the front, the numbers below it. All right, shot clock is 6 seconds in. We're ready for play. Sullivan inbounds Knuckles, now to Gonzalez, top of the key. Backdoor cut Sullivan. She pump fake, shoots a shot off glass, missed it too strong. Defensive rebound, Serenity Eccles. Outlet pass to Langley into the front court. Reverse it left side. It's Gartrell, the junior transfer from Erskine. Tried a backdoor pass. It got stolen, but got recovered back by by Hunt after Knuckles lost it. And Hunt throws it off the glass and in. The Triton transfer starts the scoring 30 seconds in. Lander by 2. Sullivan around a screen. Top of the key. Gets into the paint. Dishes out. Rogers, a left wing 3. Left it short. Offensive rebound. Gonzalez drives and shoots a right-hand layup off glass. Good contest on the Rogers 3. Gonzalez got the miss, though, and the Eagles knotted up at 2, 50 seconds in. Langley tried to drive baseline on Sullivan and dragged her pivot foot. The game's first turnover comes with 9:08 to go in the first quarter. Carson-Newman back with the basketball. Bringing into the front court is Jennifer Sullivan, the point guard and the team's top returner. Driving to the free throw line, dishes out for Rogers. Rogers attacks the closeout, gives to Caroline Hill. Top of the key, 3 is up. It spins in and out. Rebound is collected by Eccles, her second. She brings it up the floor, left-hand side. Stops at the top of the key, throws it to the block. Extra pass, Hunt, left block, pump fakes, shoots and scores. Lauren Hunt, the junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, has all 4 for Lander. 2-point Bearcats lead. Gonzalez drives middle, kicks it right corner. Sullivan chucks a 3 and swishes it in. Jen's first shot of her senior season is a swish from the right corner, and Carson-Newman has its first lead of the year. 5-4. Eccles tries to answer, driving against Rogers and scoring. Serenity Eccles with her first field goal. Lander's got 6 points. They're all in the paint. And the Bearcats back in front by a point. as we approach 2 minutes in. 6-5 Bearcats. At the Bears logo, it's Sullivan dribbling with the right hand against Hunt. Gets to the free throw line, stops, and her shot hits the glass first and misses. Rebound, Lauren Hunt. The outlet goes to Langley into the front court. Kodeja Langley crossing over against Gonzalez, drives to the basket, got blocked out of bounds by Emily. Possession stays with the Bearcats along the left baseline is where they are set to inbound the ball. Trinity Thomas, one of the returners, gives it to Langley. Left block, her shot is missed. Rebound Sullivan, long outlet to Caroline Hill, running the floor. Right-hand layup for Hill is up and good. Nice find. It was the Knuckles defense. The outlet from Sullivan ahead of the pack was Hill for the layup. Her first points of the season, and Carson-Newman leads by 1 again. Eccles crosses over on Rogers, drives inside and traveled. Gonzalez kind of poked it away, and Eccles took an extra step trying to knife her way through the defense. Landers committed 2 turnovers in the first 2.5 minutes of this contest. Eagles with the lead and bringing the ball up the floor right to left. It's Sullivan across the timeline. Chest pass, Gonzalez, foul line extended at the wing. Reversed around, now given to a Gonzalez cutting at the right block. Try to force one up over Thomas, missed it. Ball's loose. Gonzalez gets it back, tries again, missed again. And then Knuckles bangs it out of bounds. Lander ball. Hectic sequence. The back cut initially to Gonzalez was open. She missed the shot, and then the ball got loose after the missed shot as the two teams went for the rebound. The Eagles got it back. Gonzalez tried again, missed it. Out of bounds it goes. Lander basketball into the front court. Dribble handoff with Thomas. Left wing, she pump fakes, now steps back with a jump shot and left it short of the iron. Rebound, fought for, and Thomas was run into by Caroline Hill. First foul on the sophomore from Kingsport, Tennessee, making her first career start. 6:55 to go. Eagles by 1, and Lander inbounding. Left wing, now it's back to Langley at the baseline. She inbounded it, gets it back, now gives it to Thomas, left wing. Thomas, chest pass, Hunt, left elbow. She puts it on the floor, driving right. Stops, finds a cutting Eccles, who shoots over Rogers and throws it up and in. Serenity Eccles has 4 points. All of Lander's points are in the paint, and the Bearcats lead by 1 again. Another lead change here early on. Right wing, Caroline Hill's going to let it fly and bangs home a 3. Caroline Hill's first 3 makes it 10-8. She made a handful of 3s last year, has her first here, and the Eagles lead by 2. 6:15 and counting. Left wing, it's Eccles, who has 4 points. Around his screen, throws it inside, pass deflected. Thomas gets it back, finds a cutting Eccles, and Eccles lost it out of bounds because Hill deflected it out. Bearcats ball, 6:05 to play in the opening quarter. Good tempo to this game. Just 1 foul so far through the first 4 minutes. That was on Carson-Newman 90 seconds ago. Inbound left block for Langley. Bounces it to Hunt. Gives it back to Langley around a screen. Langley pops from the elbow. Too strong with a shot. Rebound, Maddie Knuckles. Outlet pass goes to Emily Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the front court, gives to the trailing Sullivan. Here's a 3. It swishes in. Jen is pure from deep. Her second tray ball. Carson-Newman's third, and it's 13-8. Langley right side to Eccles now. Serenity Eccles dribbles once, picks it up, lobs it for Thomas, or check that, it's Gartrell in the lane. Backing downhill, spins, stops, gives to Hunt. Hunt tries an 8-footer, left it short. Caroline Hill boxes out and grabs the rebound. Tried an outlet pass to Knuckles, and it got kicked out by Thomas. Good offense for Carson-Newman so far. It's 5 of 11 from the field and 3 of 5 from 3. Bear with us here. Lander just made a line change. 5 new jerseys are into the game. Kayla Titus is a Long Island transfer into the game. Kennedy Johnson-Corley is from Vincennes University. She's in along with Jazz Frierson. Lauren Crossland and Alindria Dudley. So head coach Nicole Shelwick getting some fresh legs in here early on. Carson-Newman's yet to go to the bench in this opening quarter. 5 new faces into the game for the Bearcats, who have scored 8 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Inbound into the deep corner for Gonzalez. She stumbles on the dribble. Can't dribble now, and that's going to be a 10-second violation. No, somehow it's not. Sullivan lobs it front court. Knuckles catches left block and shoots and scores. That should have been a 10-second violation. Clock was at 19 when Carson-Newman had that pass deflected. Eagles got away with one there. on Knuckles' first field goal. Trailing is a three-pointer up from Titus, no good. Rogers, the defensive rebound for CN. She sprints into the front court. Spins against her defender, gives it to Hill. Hill reverses Sullivan. One more Gonzalez. Back to Sullivan. Jen jab steps with right foot, puts it on the floor, makes a defender fall. Step back two is up and good. Sullivan's got it cooking early on. She is 3 of 5 from the field and has 8 points to lead the way. 9-point Carson-Newman lead. High post entry into the paint, turning and shooting and missing is Mitchell. Rebound Gonzalez. Gonzalez sprints into the front court driving, losing the possession, but Frierson, after deflecting it away from behind, lost it out of bounds. And it brings us to a media timeout. Carson-Newman off and running in the season opener. 17-8 is the lead. Carson-Newman has scored the last 10 points in this game, led by Jennifer Sullivan's game-high 8 on 3 of 5 shooting. It's the Eagles 17 and the Eagles 17 and the Bearcats 8. We're back for more from the first quarter at Schufert Arena after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Good stuff for Mike Mincy's group at the first media break. 4:28 to go first quarter. Carson-Newman leads by 9 points, and the Eagles are bringing a couple of freshmen into the game for the first time. It's Sybil Penland, the younger sister of Campbell Penland, Carson-Newman's ninth all-time leading scorer in program history. Her younger sister is on the floor to make her debut, along with Chloe Heath, a freshman from Heritage High School in Maryville. Carly Hayworth's the returning junior guard. She's inbounding the ball now after just checking in, and gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan out front, puts the ball on the floor, goes behind the back with the dribble, now drives inside, tried to pass it into the corner, and got fouled. First foul on the Bearcats is on Sabree Mitchell. The freshman from North Charleston, South Carolina, commits her first foul. Landers first of the quarter. Inbound into the right corner. Sullivan gives it elbow Penland. Gives it back to Sullivan. Right wing three is in the air. It's too strong. Rebound tapped around. Penland comes up with it. Extra chance for Carson-Newman on its third offensive rebound. Carly Hayworth barks out a play call. Sullivan, right wing, has the basketball. Gives it to Heath, top of the key. Now to Caroline Hill. Double screen for Hayworth. Hill puts it on the floor, driving left, and gets fouled and hacked by Alindria Dudley, the junior guard from Flint, Michigan. Was late recovering on the drive. And free throws coming for Caroline Hill, who is making her first start of the year after playing just 17 games as a freshman a year ago. Only averaged 5 minutes per game, but gets the nod for Mike Mincy's group in the season opener and swishes home the first free throw. Hill has had a great offseason and training camp to earn this starting spot. Missed the second free throw. The rebound collected by Titus. Into the front court comes Jazz Frierson, the sophomore from Hartsville. Left side, it's Mitchell. On the floor, the ball goes now given back to Kayla Titus. The Long Island transfer goes into the corner for Johnson Corley, who drives baseline, puts one up off glass. No, got her own miss, puts it back up, and is fouled. That'll be the first foul on Caroline Hill. For Carson-Newman, the team's second personal comes with 3:42 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles are bringing in 4 new players. Carly Hayworth will be the only one to stay in. Maddie Knuckles, Emily Gonzalez, and Keely Rogers returned for Carson-Newman. Madeline Ladd into the game for the first time as well, as Kennedy Johnson Corley's first free throw is in the air and too strong. She is a junior from Clarksville, Tennessee, transferred from Vincennes. University. Second one is in the air. It's short. Rebound into the hands of Maddie Knuckles. She sprints up the floor with the basketball, breaks the pressure, gives to Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the lane, driving right at the right block, kicks it out. Keely Rogers lining up a three. It's short. Long rebound to Johnson Corley. Johnson Corley brings it into the front court, right-hand dribble. Looks for a pass, now bounces it to the block for Hunt. Hunt faces, gets double-teamed, pitches it back out for Johnson Corley. She drives on Ladd, puts up a shot, missed it, but gets it back and scores. Kennedy Johnson Corley's first basket as a Bearcat makes it an 8-point game, 3:05 in a rolling first quarter clock. Ladd to Knuckles, top of the key. Now Keely Rogers gives to Gonzalez after a down screen. Gonzalez to the free throw line, pick and pop with Knuckles. Left wing three is in the air. It's too strong. Long rebound into the hands of Serenity Eccles. Carson-Newman's getting the three-point shot up, 3 of 8 now from long range. Left wing, Quadesia Langley lines one up, missed it wide right. Long rebound is last off White. No, the official had hit wrong. It was last off of Lander on the long miss. Bearcats have their starting 5 now back on the floor. It's Thomas, Eccles, Anderson, Gartrell, Hunt, and Langley. For the Bearcats, Carson-Newman still got its 5 out there since the last whistle. Free throw line, Maddie Knuckles, the junior forward, gives it back to Keely Rogers, who drives and bangs it off the glass and in. Crafty move by Keely Rogers, using the window to extend Carson-Newman's lead back to 10. Out of control is Quadesia Langley. She turns it over, trying to drive inside. Eagles in transition. Ladd lines up a left wing three, left it short. Offensive rebound, Gonzalez. Out to Carly Hayworth for a three. Too long. Rebound, a long one by Thomas. She had it ripped away by Rogers, but a jump ball is called, and the possession arrow favors Lander. Bearcats going to the bench again. Out goes Langley. And in comes Jazz Frierson to run the point for Nicole Shelwick's team. 20-10, 2:06 to play in this first quarter. Carson-Newman's shooting 42% from the field. Just 3 of 10 from 3. Jennifer Sullivan's got 2 of those 3 balls for the Eagles, and that's why Carson-Newman's out in front. They've also not turned it over yet. Frierson crosses over, drives into the lane, kicks it out for Thomas, and she traveled. That's Lander's 3rd turnover. Took a jump stop after catching the pass from Frierson. Turnover Bearcats. First Bank is the official bank of Carson-Newman Athletics and the only place you can get an Eagles debit card. Stop by any First Bank location today to get your Carson-Newman debit card to show your Eagles pride. Ball comes into the front court. Rogers at the Bears logo gives to Ladd. Out front, down screen for Knuckles. She's open for a three. It rolls off the iron, no. Rebound along the baseline collected by Frierson. Quick outlet across court to Thomas. She drives with the right hand to the elbow, gets cut off, kicks it out to Eccles in the left corner. One dribble, now lob it inside, pass deflected by Knuckles, recovered by Landers Hunt. Left corner, it's Thomas. One dribble three from the left wing is off to the right. Rebound deflected out by Carson-Newman. It stays Lander ball, $1:19 to play in this first quarter. It's 20-10. Lander's going to line up in a straight line at the free throw line. They break from their line. They inbound it to Eccles at the right wing. She gets around. Rogers tries a floating shot up. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Hunt. She puts it back up and in. Lander's doing work on the glass. They're out rebounding Carson-Newman. That's their 5th offensive rebound, and it leads to a second chance basket to make it 20-12 with 60 ticks to go. Rogers, in and out dribble, goes into the corner for Knuckles. Back out Gonzalez. Gonzalez driving on her defender, tries to go up and is fouled by Frierson. 3rd foul on Lander. Frierson commits her first, team foul number 3, and free throws coming for senior guard Emily Gonzalez. One of a handful of the Eagles with starting experience back on this year's roster. She averaged 6 a game last year, starting 23 games, and gets a friendly roll on her first free throw to score her 3rd point of the game, 21-12. Scoreboard hasn't updated since the made free throw. The next one's in the air, and it's good as well. 22-12 as the Bearcats make a trio of changes. They bring Dudley back to the floor along with Mitchell and Crossland. Top of the key, it's Dudley. Or check that, Gartrell stopping against Rogers. Missed the shot. Rebound deflects around, and Keely Rogers has it along the baseline. She splits two, breaking some pressure. Hands off for Sullivan. 35 seconds on a rolling first quarter clock. Eagles by 10. There's a 10-second difference between the two clocks. Sullivan out front. Two screens are going to be set, but she rejects it. Loses the ball, gives to Ladd. 12 to shoot. Throw it inside. Chloe Heath with a mismatch. Turns over the right shoulder. Missed the shot too strong. Rebound collected by Mitchell. 15 seconds. Bearcats can hold for one. Thomas to Dudley. Dudley driving left. Puts a shot up over Gonzalez. Missed it and got fouled. Good determined drive by Alindria Dudley, a junior from Flint, Michigan, in her first season with the Bearcats. Draws contact on Carson-Newman's Gonzalez. 7.5 seconds to play. The lefty Dudley puts the first free throw in the air, and it's good. I've got that as the second foul on Emily Gonzalez of Carson-Newman's 4 here in the opening quarter. Next one's in the air, and it's good after getting a friendly roll. Rogers inbounds Gonzalez. 5 seconds. Quickly front court. Sullivan throws it inside. Ladd catches. Shot up. No good. Rebound to Heath. She puts it back up as the horn sounds, and it's no good. And Carson-Newman goes back to the bench with an 8-point lead after one quarter. Nice little run for Lander. They hold Carson-Newman to just 1 of 8 shooting, or rather 1 of 9 shooting to end the first quarter, and the Bearcats will only trail by 8. They trailed by as many as 10 points in the period, but a nice finish to it has Lander within 8. As we get set to start the second quarter, it's Carson-Newman 22 and Lander 14 after 1 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Carson-Newman only shoots 35% from the field in the opening quarter, but leads by 8 points thanks to Jennifer Sullivan's 8 on 3 of 6 shooting for the Eagles. (22 to 14. Carson-Newman and Lander battling in this SAC Peach Belt Challenge for the 11th time in the last 12 years. Carson-Newman's 18-2 all-time in this challenge. The Eagles' last loss in this SAC Peach Belt Challenge was in Hickory against this Lander team. Gonzalez, left corner pass to Caroline Hill. Starting lineup out there except Knuckles. It's Chloe Heath at the 5. Left corner, Rogers gives it back out to Hill. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Hill against a zone defense for the Bearcats, extended 2-3. They give it to Sullivan, right corner, 3 off to the left. Rebound, a long one collected by Crossland. She'll bring it into the front court for the Bearcats. Carson-Newman's missed 10 of its last 11 shots. Thomas, between the legs dribble, in and out dribble against Gonzalez, spins against her, puts a shot up off glass and scores. The Bearcats have the game's last 6 points over 4 minutes, and it's 22-16, 40 seconds into the second quarter. Bearcats have an extended 1-2-2 zone. Left corner, Caroline Hill's lining up a 3. It's off to the right, offensive rebound, Sullivan. We've got a foul on Carson-Newman. That's Jennifer Sullivan called for the foul after getting an offensive rebound. Her first, and Carson-Newman's first team foul in quarter number 2. Bearcats bringing 5 new players into the game here. Titus, Hunt, Langley, Frierson, and Eccles. 22-16. Carson-Newman just 32% from the field. They have not scored in more than 2 minutes. and have missed 11 of its last 12 shots. Langley out front, right-hand dribble against Rogers. Hands off for Titus, right wing. 5-out look for the Bearcats against Carson-Newman's 5-out look. Frierson pulls up from the free throw line. Left the shot short. Rebound, Keely Rogers along the sideline. Into the front court, she dribbles with the basketball, met by 2 defenders, needs help at the right elbow. And a jump ball will give possession back to Lander. So Carson-Newman commits its first turnover. Surprisingly, not until the 8:44 mark of this second quarter, but it gives it back to Lander, who has another chance to make this a one-possession game. Eagles offensively have gone cold. They're 3 of 13 from 3. Half of Carson-Newman's shots are from 3. Right side, it's Langley, stopping at the top of the key, bouncing a pass for Frierson against Gonzalez. Elbow, gives it back out to Titus, 1 dribble, picks up her dribble top of the key, now gives Frierson with 10. Frierson crosses over against Gonzalez, stops in the lane, pivoting, throws one up and in. Worked her way around Gonzalez for 2, and it's a 4-point game. The Bearcats have scored 8 straight. Sullivan, left wing, stops on a dime, gives to Rogers, now to Gonzalez. One more, right corner. Caroline Hill's wide open, missed the 3. Chloe Heath, offensive rebound. And we've got a foul inside on Lander. They had every single black jersey on the floor surrounding Heath, and she was fouled by Serenity Eccles. That's Eccles' first and Lander's first of the quarter. Bearcats bringing 5 new players in. Dudley, Gartrell, Thomas, Mitchell, all into the game for the Bearcats. Carson-Newman's bringing Sybil Penland back in. Lob it, left elbow to Heath, now to Penland. Sybil, 1 dribble, bounces for Sullivan. Extra 1 to Caroline Hill. Right wing 3 is up. It's short. Offensive rebound, Sullivan. Puts it back up, no. Offensive rebound, Penland. Left corner, Chloe Heath's going to try from the corner. Air ball, rebound, Trinity Thomas. Carson-Newman's getting some looks, but the struggles continue. 7:40 and counting. It's still 22-18. Out front, Thomas steps back, right elbow jump shots in the air, too strong. Caroline Hill, defensive rebound. Carson-Newman has missed 13 of its last 14 shots. Hill skip past front court. Gonzalez backing down her defender in the lane. Kicks it left corner. Sybil Penland, corner 3. In and out. Offensive rebound, Sybil Penland. Shovels for Heath. Shot up. No good. Rebound Lander. There's a lid on the hoop for Carson-Newman right now. They have not scored in the second quarter, but still lead by 4, 3 minutes into the period. Cutting inside is Gartrell. She gets the ball back after fumbling it. Missed the shot over Hill's defense. Rebound Gonzalez. Gonzalez skips it to Sullivan. Jen pulls up, 16-footer. No good. Another rebound for Lander. Carson-Newman has missed 18 of its last 19 shots. Thomas into the front court. The Eagles haven't scored in more than 4 minutes. Thomas around a defender, tries a long 3 over Hill and bangs it home. 1-point game on Trinity Thomas's first 3, Lander's first 3. It's 22-21. It's a 9-0 Lander run over 5 minutes. Foul on the Bearcats as Gonzalez trying to drive middle. And Ansley Gartrell committed the foul, her first and the team's second of the quarter. Carly Hayworth back in. Maddie Knuckles back in as well. Somebody trying to spark this Eagles offense that has missed 18 of its last 19 shots. The Bearcats are bringing in a couple of jerseys, or a couple of new players as well, and fresh bodies. Lauren Hunt back on the floor. Kennedy Johnson-Corley back on the floor, as is Quadesia Langley. Inbound, left side, Penland gives it to Gonzalez, top of the key, now to Hayworth. Back screen, not open. Hayworth skips it to Sullivan. Sullivan, right-hand dribble, gets to the free throw line, drives inside, forced one up, and a blocking foul called. It was Langley trying to step in and take the charge, and she was whistled for a foul. First on Langley. Lander's third. Sullivan's first free throw gets a friendly roll after hitting the front of the iron. She's got 9 points. Quadesia Langley has blood on her right elbow. And I think Lander's athletic trainer was going back to the locker room to get something to help tend to the blood. So Langley's going to have to come out of the game, because they get 20 seconds to sub. The athletic trainer is from Lenore Ryan. The Bearcats did not send one with the traveling party, so the Bearcats will have to sub Langley out. They'll bring Jazz Frierson in. Sullivan's second free throw spins around and good. Scoring drought ends for Carson-Newman. It still has missed 18 of its last 19 shots. Right wing, it's Trinity Thomas. Right-hand dribble with 6 to go in the second quarter. Crosses over on Carly Hayworth, and Hayworth called for a foul as Thomas tried to get around her. Second team foul on Carson-Newman in the quarter. The first on the junior Carly Hayworth from Maryville, Tennessee. Lander will inbound. Carson-Newman started this game 7 of 13 and is 1 of 19 since. Left baseline, shot up and good. Nice pass and a good find to Jazz Frierson. Lander back within a point. Hayworth crosses the timeline and dribbles and hands off for Sullivan. Skip it to Gonzalez. One more, Sybil Penland. Sybil, right-hand dribble, gives it to Knuckles. Right side, it's Gonzalez bouncing for Penland. Right block, throws it up and in. Great pass from Gonzalez to Sybil Penland, who has her first career points in the Eagles orange and blue. First field goal for Carson-Newman in 8 minutes. Makes it 26-23. Wild shot by Hunt. Knuckles the defensive rebound after the good defense and then nearly threw it away. Well, to put it in perspective, Carson-Newman had not made a basket since a Keely Rogers driving layup with 2:27 to play in the first quarter. There's 5:17 to go, so it was about 8 minutes that Carson-Newman went game time without a field goal, but it still has not relinquished the lead despite the shooting woes. Hayworth doubled near midcourt, throws it to Knuckles, top of the key. One more, Sybil Penland, right wing into the corner. Gonzalez back to Penland. She's lining up a right wing three. It's in the air. It swishes in. 5 in a row for Sybil Penland, and it's 29-23. We're halfway through the second quarter. Her sister made a bunch of threes, and now Sybil has her first. Top of the key, a drive inside by Crossland. She got fouled as Hayworth ripped the basketball away. It's going to be a blocking foul, not a reach-in foul. They're going to say Hayworth wasn't in the right position. Second on Carly, the team's third, and it brings us to a timeout. Carson-Newman had missed 18 of its last 19 shots before back-to-back baskets by Sybil Penland here at the halfway point of the second quarter. 29-23, Carson-Newman, 4:46 to go in the first half. We're back for more basketball inside Shuford Arena after these messages. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital laser focused on your success. So Carson-Newman went cold spanning the quarters, but a nice 5-0 run by Sybil Penland herself has Carson-Newman back up by 6 points with 4:46 to play in the opening half. 29-23, Bearcats ball. Left baseline inbound. It's Thomas looking, gives to Dudley. She drives middle, now gives it to Crossland. She drives, kicks it back to Dudley. Dudley fumbled the ball, now recovers at the midline, 10 to shoot, free throw line. It's given back to a cutting Dudley, who scores it off glass and one. Nice action there. Mitchell, a give and go with a shot clock running down, and cutting back door was Alindria Dudley for her second field goal. And the Bearcats make it a 4-point game. Eagles are going to go back to the bench here. The sub will be allowed to come in. It's Madeline Ladd coming in for Gonzalez. Didn't see who the foul was on. It was on Knuckles. It's her first team foul for. Free throw good. 3-point game again. Eagles against a zone defense. Give it to Hayworth, top of the key. Sullivan looks, gives it cross court. Now gives it to Hayworth. Three-pointer is an air ball. Out of bounds, and the ball goes back to Lander, who's bringing 5 new players in. One player that has not played in this game is Ansley Anderson. And Anderson's into the game for the first time, along with Lauren Hunt, Jazz Frierson, Quadesia Langley out there as well, along with Serenity Eccles. Lander continues to make wholesale changes throughout this first half. Quadesia Langley at the free throw line. Looks, bounces for Frierson. Frierson rips through, spins, or stops, kicks it out to Langley. 15 to shoot, and we've got a 3-second violation. Eccles was just standing at the left block when the official whistled her for the 3-second violation. So Lander commits its 4th turnover, a low turnover first half, just the 5th combined between the two clubs. Carson-Newman ball. Sullivan hands it off, or gets it back on a handoff with Rogers. Drives to the rim, missed the right-hand layup. A rebound collected by Lander. Langley into the front court. Stops, kicks it left corner. It's Eccles on a low pass, firing up a 3. It's an air ball. Defensive rebound, Madeline Ladd. Ladd dribbling into the front court, crosses over, gives to Rogers. One more left corner. Caroline Hill sets her feet, fires a 3, swishes it in. Caroline Hill's second 3. She's got 9 points in her first career start, and Carson-Newman leads again by 6. 32-26, top of the key. It's a handoff for Frierson. Tries to do an up and under move. Threw it off the glass. That's all it hit. Rebound, Rogers. Rogers dribbles into the front court. Right-hand dribble going into the paint. Kicks it right corner. Caroline Hill, a 3. This one's short. Offensive rebound, Rogers. She throws it up off the iron. No. Penland offensive rebound. Out to Sullivan, a 3. In and out. Penland, another offensive rebound. To the baseline. Rogers, one dribble. Goes up and is called for a traveling. Second Carson-Newman turnover. Eagles getting some great looks, but are not throwing it in the ocean in the second quarter. Now 3 of 17 from the field, but have only been outscored by 2 in the quarter. 2:45 to go until halftime. It's still Carson-Newman 32 and Lander 26. Left side, Eccles in a triple threat position. Now dribbles the ball and gives to Thomas, top of the key. Thomas pump fakes a shot, driving against Hill, goes up and over Hill, missed the shot. Rebound, fought for. It's loose along the baseline, kept in bounds by Thomas. She drives, kicks for Langley. One dribble, up and under move, off glass is good. Hectic sequence, but the Bearcats turn it into points. It's Quadesia Langley, the all-conference player, scoring for the first time in her senior season. It's a 4-point game. Sullivan pick and pop with Rogers. Cutting is Penland. Sybil spins, lost the ball, kicks it out Rogers. Rogers drives on her defender, puts a shot up off glass and scores. Keely Rogers has her 4th point. Carson-Newman back up 6. Langley and the Bearcats the other way, and Sullivan blocked Langley's shot. Rogers the rebound. Back and forth we go. High-paced game. Sullivan into the right corner. Sybil Penland's lining up another 3. This one's off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound, Hill. Bodies tangled underneath. Hill didn't get the rebound, and Lander knocked it out of bounds toward its bench. Sybil Penland will get a much-needed breather. She has 5 rebounds and 5 points in her Eagles debut. She goes out, and in comes Maddie Knuckles with 100 seconds to play in the opening half. Caroline Hill to inbound in front of the Bearcats bench. Chest pass for Maddie Knuckles. Hill. Dribbling, right corner it goes. Madeline Ladd, catch, shoot 3, bang! Madeline Ladd has her first points in her junior season. Carson-Newman's sixth three-pointer makes it 37-28. Thomas for three off a screen. In and out it goes. Ladd the rebound, and she was fouled. After grabbing the rebound, it was Landers Ansley Gartrell going over the back and will walk 94 feet. Second on Gartrell, the junior from Aiken, South Carolina. And, no, just 14 fouls, sorry. So 14 fouls will keep the ball in the backcourt, and the Eagles will inbound as Caroline Hill exits, and the Eagles bring Emily Gonzalez back in. So 4 starters and Ladd potentially to finish the half for Mike Mincy's crew. Leading by 9 despite shooting below 30%. Rogers, top of the key. Tried a backdoor pass, not on the same page with Sullivan. Third Eagles turnover. Sprinting into the front court, and Gartrell on a layup attempt driving right is fouled by Maddie Knuckles. That'll be the second on Knuckles. 8th foul in the game by Carson-Newman, 15th foul of this quarter. And the Eagles now have a second. Check that third player with 2 fouls. Knuckles, Hayworth, Hill all have 2 in the opening half. To the free throw line goes Ansley Gartrell. First one is in the air, and it's short. Bearcats are just 3 of 6 from the free throw line. All the makes are by Dudley. Next one's up, and it is good. 8-point game as Gartrell scores her first point. And just like that, it's back to 8 as Carson-Newman tried to inbound the ball, and it got deflected out of bounds. Bearcats trying to apply some late full-court man-to-man pressure here before the end of the half. Bearcats bringing on another sub late on the whistle. It's Madison McCain, a freshman from North Augusta, South Carolina, making her debut. Gonzalez is the point guard right now for Carson-Newman. She's pressured by Dudley, and Gonzalez breaks the timeline. Stops at the top of the key, looks for help, lobs for Rogers. Rogers, right-hand dribble, stops, now gives to Knuckles. Left side, it's Madeline Ladd. Ladd to a cutting Knuckles. Left-hand layup is good, and one. What a find. Ladd to Knuckles for 2 with 37 seconds left in the half. Ladd's first assist to Knuckles, who has her second field goal, and Carson-Newman has now scored 7 of the last 8 points in this half to extend the lead back to double digits. Knuckles for the and one free throw and bangs it in for her 5th point. Carson-Newman's 11-point lead now is its largest of the half. 32 seconds. Thomas quickly up the floor, shoots a deep 2, missed it. Sullivan defensive rebound. Carson-Newman's grabbed 32 rebounds. That's because the Eagles have missed 31 shots and Landers missed 23. It's been a high possession game. Sullivan pressured in the backcourt, and Mike Mincy requested a timeout. I don't know how he got a timeout there. Sullivan was on the floor and was fumbling the ball, but Mike Mincy was granted a timeout. He's fortunate to get that one with 17.8 seconds to play in this opening half. Interestingly enough, there's 18 seconds on the shot clock. Curious to know whether there is maybe a tenth of a second or something like that. Sometimes the shot clock won't totally switch back from 18 to 17 until it hits 17.0. The game clock says 17.8. We don't have tenths of a second for the shot clock. It's just 18 and then 17. So we'll see if they just reset it or not. The officials are telling the teams to not listen to the timeout buzzer because they're looking at the clocks potentially to see whether or not there should be time remaining in this opening half or not, or whether there should be time on the shot clock left in this first half. Interesting first half, though, for these two teams beginning a new season. Carson-Newman is shooting just 31% from the field, but luckily has held Lander to just 33% shooting. The Eagles are plus 7 on the glass and have taken 9 more shots thanks to 7 extra offensive rebounds. They shift the shot clock down a second, so that basically there's about a second difference between the two timers. They're both at 16 and winding, but there's enough of a difference to keep both going. Sullivan dribbling out front off a Knuckles screen, 7 to shoot, pick and pop. Knuckles pump fakes a 3, pulls up from the free throw line, and shoots and scores. What a shot from Knuckles, and that'll wrap up the first half here inside Schufert Arena. Carson-Newman ends the opening half on a 10-1 run and will take a 13-point lead into the locker room. Not a pretty shooting second quarter and end of the first quarter for Carson-Newman. The Eagles at one point started 7 of 13 from the field, went on to miss 18 of its next 19 shots, and shoots 33% in the opening half. It's 42-29 behind Jennifer Sullivan's game-high 10 points. We'll take a break for halftime here inside Schufert Arena. It's the Sac Peach Belt Challenge, and it's Carson-Newman leading Lander 42-29. We're back for more from Schufert Arena after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the Eagle Shop halftime report in 60 seconds. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
AEC is a distributor of Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and under warranty to not leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-term temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position, and the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drain. AEC, empowering efficiency.
It's halftime on the Eagle Sports Network. Highlights, a check of the Eagle Shop scoreboard, and stats are headed your way.
Euro step in the lane, shot up off glass. It falls in for Keely Rogers.
Now let's head back to the arena. Here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Schufert Arena, where Carson-Newman has a 13-point lead, and that's all because of a nice run at the end of the first half for Mike Mincy's group. They end the half on a 12-1 run to take a 42-29 lead. It's the largest lead of the half as well for Carson-Newman, thanks to this late run, and we mentioned it before going to break for halftime, that Carson-Newman's shooting woes spanning the quarters hurt them and allowed Lander to get back in this game and get it all the way down to a 1-point game. But thankfully the Eagles found their mojo offensively, took it inside a little bit more and made some baskets there, got some points in the paint, ended the half with 14 paint points. But that 10-1 burst to end the break, critical for the Eagles to lead 42-29 at intermission. Both teams are not shooting it well in the season opener. 33% is both clubs, Carson-Newman's 32% from the field, Lander's 32%. Carson-Newman's just above that at 33%. The Eagles, though, have made 6 threes, and they've taken 9 more three-point attempts thanks to 7 extra offensive rebounds. That's the big stat to look at in the opening half. It has been offensive rebounding for Carson-Newman. They're +8 on the glass, +7 in that offensive rebounding department. Neither team's turned it over a whole heck of a lot, but the Eagles are getting extra chances and have needed those extra chances to be successful in this opening half at Schuford Arena. That has been quite interesting between these two clubs so far in this first half. It's Lander 29, Carson-Newman 42. The Bearcats led by starting forward Lauren Hunt, the junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, has 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. She is one of 8 Bearcats to score in that first half, but she is the only one with 3 made field goals. There's only 3 others that have made multiple baskets as well. Carson-Newman's got 4 different players with a three-pointer, led by Jennifer Sullivan's 2. She has 10 points on 3 of 12 shooting in 17 minutes on the floor. She's been assisted by Caroline Hill and Maddie Knuckles. Both starters have 9 and 7 points, respectively. Off the bench, nice performance in 7 minutes for Sybil Penland. 5 points, 5 rebounds for the rookie in her debut. Carson-Newman also got 3 bench points from Madeline Ladd in that half as well. Emily Gonzalez, Keely Rogers, 2 other starters pitch in 4 points, a part of Carson-Newman's 15 made field goals. But they've attempted 46. Efficiency, not the name of this game. Neither team is shooting it well, but there has been a lot of possessions. There's been less turnovers. It's been a low turnover game, just a combined 7. Lander has 4 of those, and Carson-Newman has 3 of them. But neither team's been able to throw it in the ocean at what is a 42-29 halftime score inside of Schuford Arena. Plenty of basketball going on around the South Atlantic Conference. We'll update you on some Carson-Newman scores when we come back for the sack scoreboard update when we return to Schuford Arena, where Carson-Newman leads at halftime by 13 over the Lander Bearcats. We're back for more after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
A check of the sack scoreboard is next. Stick around on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Hey Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live. the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
We welcome you back to Schufert Arena, where Carson-Newman has a halftime lead of 42-29. Plenty of women's basketball scores over the last couple of days. We'll start there and just sprint through them. Catawba won yesterday over Lees McRae 82-77. Flagler defeated Anderson 72-66. Lincoln Memorial defeated King 92-45. That was the largest margin of victory by a SAC team. Mars Hill lost to Belmont Abbey. Wingate defeated UNC Pembroke. Newberry an 8-point winner in a neutral site game with Barton. Tusculum lost by 56 to Columbus State. Emory and Henry won 82-62 over Southern Wesleyan. Francis Marion lost to Coker 76-69. The Cobras are the reigning region champs and are picked in the top 10 of the preseason poll by the WBCA. UVA Wise won its opener over Georgia Southwestern 68-64. Those were all scores yesterday. Here's some scores today. Columbus State sniffs by Catawba 73-66. Coker wins again 76-60. Anderson by 22 over Clayton State 88-66. Newberry starts 2-0 with a win over North Greenville 73-63. Emory and Henry loses by 18 to Belmont Abbey. LMU wins by 45 over Converse. Tusculum an 11-point loss in a neutral site game with Lees McRae. Francis Marion squeaks by Wingate 62-56. And earlier today on this floor, it was Lenore Rhine defeating USC Aiken by 20. It was a game that the Bears led by much more, but ultimately it's a 20-point spread at the end of that one. Carson-Newman football won its senior day contest earlier today. They defeated Tusculum at home in the 11E rivalry, 26-0. The Eagles played outstanding defense throughout, held the Pioneers' offense to 0 points in the shutout victory. Carson-Newman men's basketball will take the floor later tonight. They are hosting the SAC Peach Belt, or rather SAC Crossover Conference Carolinas Crossover Challenge. And currently in Hope Fieldhouse, it's UVA Wise 86, Lees McRae 74. Chuck Benson's team will take the floor 25 minutes when that game goes final, in the next 2.5 minutes or so, with Wise leading by 10 points. Here inside Schufert Arena, it's the season opener for Carson-Newman. The Eagles are trying to win a 5th straight season opener, and they're up by 13 points, 42-29. Our second half coverage from Schufert Arena is coming up after this break on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Sabarijos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Sabarijos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Sabarijos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, 3 from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
All right, Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Shuford Arena. It's Carson-Newman 42 and it's Lander 29. These two teams have met 20 times. Carson-Newman's won 21 of those, or has won 12, of those 20 meetings. This is the 21st meeting. Carson-Newman last year when they played Lander at Lander raced out to a 26-8 lead. Bearcats made it interesting in the middle quarters, but Carson-Newman poured it on late in the fourth quarter to win that contest by 26 points going away. This one's had a much different feel to it, but a good start and a good end to that first half has Carson-Newman ahead by 13 points as we get set for the start of the second half. Hey, Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. They are located in the MSAC Grand Hall. The Eagle Shop has all of your necessary Carson-Newman apparel from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. Visit them online at eagleshop.cn.edu. It's the 11th time in 12 years that Carson-Newman starts its season with this SAC Peach Belt Challenge. They have played 20 games in this challenge over those last 10 seasons, and they are 18-2, trying to continue their stellar ways, and they're trying to win a fourth straight season opener. Ball is inbounded. Carson-Newman has the basketball moving left to right to begin half two. Caroline Hill reverses Rogers to Gonzalez. Starting five for both teams on the floor. Sullivan out front, skip pass Hill. One of three Eagles with two fouls is Hill. She rips through, drives to the basket, gets around Langley, goes right to the rim and scores. 11 points in Caroline Hill's first career start, and Carson-Newman continues to pad on to its largest lead. It's 30 seconds into the third. A drive into the corner. Thomas stops. Spins at the left elbow. Tried to shovel pass. It got deflected by Gonzalez and stolen away by Rogers. Fifth Lander turnover. Sullivan crosses over. Fumbled the dribble. Recovers. Finds a cutting Caroline Hill. 12-foot spot in the lane. Tried to spin. Lost it. Turnover. Trinity Thomas the steal. Numbers for the Bearcats. 4 on 3. She gets around Sullivan. Right-hand shot off glass is good. Well done by Thomas. She scores her third field goal and her 7th point to bring the Bearcats within 13. 44-31, Sullivan around a screen, left wing, Rogers open for a three. It's in and out, no good. Hill tips it to Gonzalez. Right-hand hook is no good. Gonzalez gets her own miss and is tied up. It'll be a Lander possession on the jump ball. Carson-Newman had 14 offensive rebounds in the first half. They already have 2 more on 2 possessions in the third quarter. That's 16 offensive rebounds. But only 6 second chance points to show for it. Fumbling the dribble is Hunt, and Gonzalez steals it away. The senior Emily Gonzalez driving to the basket and gets blocked out of bounds. Good defending. No foul called as the drive by Gonzalez was swatted out by Hunt and Thomas. Quick sub, and it's not a line change. It's Kennedy Johnson-Corley just subbing in for Ansley Gartrell with 88 seconds into this third quarter. Inbound to Rogers, left corner. Right-hand dribble out front for Caroline Hill. Hill, ball above her head, gives it to Sullivan after a screen. Jen wants a screen from Maddie Knuckles. 14 to shoot. Jen in and out dribble, getting into the lane. Right-hand shot up into the air, an air ball. Rebound Trinity Thomas. Quick skip pass, and a layup is up and good. Serenity Eccles, running the floor for the left-hand layup. It's 44-33, 2 minutes into this third quarter. Bounce to Sullivan, right wing. Lob to Knuckles, top of the key. The 5-man Knuckles gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan around a screen, gives to Rogers. Rogers right-hand dribble into the lane, stops, gives to Knuckles. Right corner three is in the air. It's an air ball. Long rebound, backside by Johnson-Corley. And a timeout called. Johnson-Corley was in no man's land after taking a quick dribble. Thought she had an outlet pass, did not. Picked it up, and all of her teammates were into the front court. And so wisely, Nicole Shelwick requests for a timeout. It'll bring us to an early break. With 7:42 to go in this third quarter, the Eagles scored the first 2 points of this second half. The Bearcats, though, have rattled off the last 4, and they're within 11, 44-33 with 7:42 to play in the third. We're back for more Lady Eagles hoops in the season opener from Schuford Arena after this.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region has to offer. I haven't been to Lisa's Country Kitchen in a while, but it's probably time to go back. They are the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Might have to go back on Sunday when we wrap up this road trip. Quadasia Langley reverses to Trinity Thomas out of the timeout. It's Johnson Corley now at the baseline. She dribbles with the left hand back out front to the head of the key. Around a screen, she drives to the basket. Right block, layups up, short. Rebound, fought for. Johnson Corley gets it back, forces one up. But a jump ball is whistled first, and the arrow favors this time Carson-Newman. Good defensive sequence there for the Eagles. Out of the timeout, Carson-Newman basketball leading by 11. Despite shooting 30%. Caroline Hill dribble handoff. Gonzalez now to Rogers left wing. Foul line extended. Bounce pass to Maddie Knuckles, top of the key, reversed back to Sullivan. The conference's newcomer of the year gives to Gonzalez, right corner. Shot clock's down to 10. Skip pass, nearly stolen. Sullivan recovers with 8. Stops at the left wing, lets the defender go by. Fires a 3, short. Defensive rebound. Eccles, haven't said defensive rebound too often for the Bearcats. Now they're out and running. Johnson Corley, Euro step, shot up. No good, offensive foul. Sullivan weaved her way to the left side of the left block, set her feet, and got in the way of Johnson Corley, who was running her over. It's the second on the junior from Clarksville, Tennessee, and Sullivan draws the foul. Offensive foul. Gives the ball back to the Eagles, who are one of its first 6 from the field after halftime. Carson-Newman made its first shot and has missed 5 in a row. Rogers left elbow, back to the basket, looks for help, now puts the ball on the floor. Around a Knuckles screen. The switch occurs. Now they go inside to Knuckles. 10 to shoot. Knuckles back out. Caroline Hill's open. Right wing 3. Butter! Have a day, Caroline Hill. Her first career start, and she's leading the Eagles in scoring with 14 on her third 3. Eagles ahead by 14. Langley dribbling, fumbles the ball, recovers and gives to Thomas at the Bears logo. Skip to Johnson Corley, who drives and traveled. I think she twisted and stumbled over her own 2 feet. And the Bearcats have already committed more turnovers in this third quarter. That's only 3 minutes and 55 seconds deep than they did the entire first half. They have 5 second half turnovers, and 4 is all they had in the first half. Sullivan nearly turned it over, and did. Good defending by Johnson Corley as Sullivan's chest pass to Gonzalez was lazily thrown, and it allowed Johnson Corley to use her left hand to swipe it away from Gonzalez, and then got fouled at the midline. 5 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the third. It's 47-33. Carson-Newman trying to slug out a season opener. Langley around his screen. Elbow shot is good. Quadasia Langley's second field goal. The All-SAC player averaged 17 a game last year. That's just her 4th point. Eagles turn it over again. Bad pass into the front court. Langley the other way. Pulls up. Same spot, same result. Back-to-back 2-point field goals, and it's a 10-point game. 5.5 to go. The Eagles have turned it over more times than they have, more times this half than they did all the first, just like Lander. Caroline Hill dribbling out front. Chest pass to Rogers. Rogers, right-hand dribble, gets into the lane, kicks it out. Knuckles, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Knuckles gives to Sullivan. Sullivan top of the key, wants a screen with 10. Sullivan, right-hand dribble, comes off a knuckle screen at the free throw line, lost the ball. It's stolen by Thomas. Thomas driving, 2-on-1, forces it up and in. 6 in a row for the Bearcats, and it's an 8-point game, and Mike Mincy, recognizing momentum, has shifted once another timeout. Carson-Newman has made just 2 of its 8 shots after halftime, and after making its first shot has only made 1 of its last 7. That was a Caroline Hill 3. Carson-Newman's led by as many as 15 after halftime, but the Bearcats hanging around in the season opener. It's 47-39, 4:56 to play in our third quarter. We're back for more from Schufert Arena in Hickory, North Carolina after these messages.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC. Member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back to Schufert Arena. Carson-Newman's making some changes. Sybil Penland and Carly Hayworth are off Mike Mincy's bench at the media break to join Gonzalez, Knuckles, and Hill on the floor. It is a 47-39 game as Hill reverses to Gonzalez. Penland skips to Gonzalez. Now to Hayworth, foul line extended in front of the Eagles bench. Hayworth now dribbles to the opposite wing. Dribble handoff with Hill, who pump fakes. Caroline Hill into the lane, dishes to Knuckles, back to Penland. 6 to shoot, into the right corner. Hill's wide open. Here's a 3. It's short. Long rebound, Langley. Carson-Newman getting great looks from distance, but has only made 7 of its 29 attempts from long range. Langley crosses over on Gonzalez, stops at the block, bounces for Hunt. Top of the key, it's Trinity Thomas, one of the returners, driving on Hayworth, shoots a right-hand layup, missed it short. Offensive rebound, Hunt missed it. And the rebound batted out by the Eagles. So Lander being more aggressive on the glass in this second half, and it's paid off. Thomas to inbound. They have out-rebounded Carson-Newman after halftime. Inbound into the corner for Johnson. Corley bounces it back to Thomas. Thomas up and under over Hayworth. Left the shot short. Gets a own miss. Puts it back up. No. Gets a second chance at it, or rather third. Instead, kicks it out. Langley for 3 at the top of the key. The Bearcats have scored 9 in a row, and it is a 6-point game. Actually, there's a deep 2 on that. 47-41. Scoreboard made it a 2-point field goal. Caroline Hill, right wing. Bounce pass to Hayworth, now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez dribbling, crossing over at the top of the key. Steps back, left elbow shot, swished in. Nicole Shelwick thought the screen was an illegal one. Instead, Gonzalez bangs home her second field goal on the jump shot, ending a 3-minute scoring drought. Hunt and the Bearcats the other way. Knuckles blocks the shot out of bounds. It'll stay with Carson-Newman. They will switch that that shot by Langley to a 3, so it is a 49-42 game with 3:27 to play in the third. Carson-Newman's bringing a couple of new players back in. Madeline Ladd back to the floor for the first time in the third. Keely Rogers returns. The Bearcats are bringing Alindria Dudley back in. And she gets the inbound pass from Langley. Tosses it back to Langley. Left block, now faces up, spins on Gonzalez. Up and under. Gonzalez blocked the shot and then rebounded the ball. 3-on-3 break. Gonzalez spins away from a defender. Kicks it into the corner. Ladd, deep 2. Too strong. Rebound. Deflects around. It's loose and it's controlled by the Bearcats. Eccles. Outlets to Dudley. Shelwick. Coach Shelwick for the Bearcats wants to slow the tempo here. 3 to play in the third, calling a set. Left side, Langley has heated up in the second half. Steps back for three, off to the left. Rebound, tipped, and Dudley's got it to Johnson Corley. One dribble, and lost it. The ball's on the floor, and the Eagles tie up possession. A jump ball between Hayworth and Johnson Corley will keep it with the Bearcats. There have been several tie-ups in this third quarter. Lander's going to burn a timeout here with 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Nicole Shelwick wants to draw something up. Her team has outscored Carson-Newman 13-7 in the third quarter. It's a 30-second timeout, and so we will keep it here. 13-7 is the third quarter advantage for the Bearcats, who are shooting 43% from the field. That's the highest percentage from either of these two teams in a quarter in this game. Carson-Newman's shooting just 31.5% from the field, but leads by 7 and has not trailed since the first 3.5 minutes of this game. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years is Magaha Electric, the perfect choice for all of your electrical projects. You should visit MagahaElectric.com for all of your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric is your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Lander ball after the timeout. It'll be Dudley to inbound. Same 5 out there for both squads. The two of the officials are at the monitor, and they were looking at something during that timeout. May have been the clocks. The shot clock's at 14. The officials were clarifying Langley's jump shot that was initially ruled a 2, then switched to a 3. They confirmed it with the review that it is a 3. Quick inbound. Johnson Corley missed the shot. The rebound is deflected out by Carson-Newman. So more extra chances for a Bearcats team that at halftime had 6 offensive rebounds. They now have 15 after halftime. They have 9 in the first 7+ minutes of the third quarter. Langley spinning against Gonzalez. Ball is on the floor again. Rogers in there to take it away for Carson-Newman. Eagles have numbers. Hayworth throws it ahead to Ladd. Ladd after it, saves it, but it's a Carson-Newman turnover. Number 9. Johnson Corley passes to Dudley into the front court. Dudley driving on Sybil Penland. Stops, finds a cutting Hunt, who falls to the ground. And what do you know? We've got another jump ball. And the possession arrow this time favors the Lady Eagles. This has been a hectic sequence here in the third quarter. Frierson and Thomas back to the floor. Langley will get her first rest after halftime, and Eccles will exit as well. 2:16 in counting in the third here. Eagles bringing the ball up the floor. It's Carly Hayworth, the junior guard, running the point. Bounces it with the right hand to Gonzalez. Foul line extended at the wing. Gonzalez rips through. Back to the basket, gives to Penland, right corner to the block, Rogers. Rogers faces up. Defender's taller than her. She spins on her and gets fouled going up. It was Johnson Corley that reached in on Rogers, who was driving middle, then spun back to her opposite shoulder toward the right block, and that's where Johnson Corley just whacked her on the right wrist. 2 free throws for the redshirt junior Rogers, and the first one hits the back of the iron. The back of the iron again, the front of the iron, and eventually falls through for Carson-Newman's 7th made free throw, 50-42. Good to see Keeley back on the floor. Missed all of last season with a knee injury that she suffered in the preseason. Missed the second. It's an 8-point game, and Lander traveled after the ball went into the front court. They threw it to Thomas, who started taking steps before putting the ball on the floor. Lander has committed 12 turnovers in the game, and they've committed 8 of those 12 in the second half. Penland inbounds to Hayworth, and she got fouled by Dudley. Lander has committed now 4 team fouls in the quarter. 1:53 to play in the third quarter. Carson-Newman has just 8 points in this quarter, but still leads by 8. Carson-Newman led by 13 at the break. That halftime lead has been trimmed to as low as 5 in this second half. Hayworth crossing over, pump fakes. Here's a 17-footer in the air, and she swished it in. First basket of Carly Hayworth's junior season is a 16-foot jump shot that makes the Eagles lead double digits again. Dudley drives, left corner, Eccles open for a 3, left it short, long rebound out to the elbow for Ladd. One-handed pass into the middle for Gonzalez. Right-hand layup short. Penland going in for the rebound, but Eccles rips it away. Bearcats want to run the other direction. Thomas steps back. Left wing three. It's in the air. It's off to the right. Long rebound. Rogers keeps it in play. Rogers will bring it into the front court. Approaching 1 minute to play in the third. Rogers all the way to the basket. Right-hand layup blocked by Hunt. Thomas traveled. That's the second time she's done that in the last 90 seconds. Tried to sprint up the floor and forgot to dribble. So Trinity Thomas, after the turnover, exits, and Quadesia Langley will return. Carson-Newman's bringing in Jennifer Sullivan and Maddie Knuckles, Keely Rogers, Emily Gonzalez to the bench. There are 60 seconds to play in this third quarter. Carson-Newman started and ended halves well. We'll see if that's the case in these final 62 seconds. The Eagles have held Landers scoreless over the last 3 minutes, but have only scored 5 points during this stretch. Inbound to Sullivan. Sullivan getting busy, drives to the cup, forces one up, scores it, plus the contact, and one. Sullivan just stopped on a dime and then faded away through the contact and scored it after getting fouled by Serenity Eccles. The third on Eccles, and a chance for three for Sullivan the old-fashioned way. Sullivan's free throw is swished in. Carson-Newman's 8 of 10 from the stripe, and the lead is quickly back up to 13. 50 seconds to play. Frierson driving on Ladd. Shoots one up, no, but Ladd fouled her. I think just gave the foul, realizing that Frierson was around her after driving to the basket. 47.5 seconds to play in the third. Free throws for Jazz Frierson. She played 17 minutes a game last year and hits the backboard first with her first free throw. Just 4 points per game for Frierson and shot 37% from the field. Eagles on an extended 8-0 run. Frierson trying to end a scoring drought and does with the second free throw, making it. Penland inbounds to Carly Hayworth. There is a 17-second difference between the timers. Carson-Newman's not going to go 2 for 1. Hayworth setting up the offense. Reverses left side. Penland to Ladd. Right block, Knuckles facing. Maddie Knuckles spins and too strong with a left-hand shot. Rebound, fought for, controlled by Eccles. Outlet goes to Dudley into the front court. Half-second difference between the timers. Langley, in and out dribble, lost it, recovers against Sullivan. Coach Shelwick stomps her foot and wants her offense to settle here. Driving to the baskets, Frierson kicks it out to an open Eccles. Top of the key three, swish! Serenity Eccles' his first three, Landers' third. It's a 9-point game, 5 seconds. Carly Hayworth brings it into the front court, 3 seconds. Hayworth drives, floats it up off glass, no good. It spins around and out, and the third quarter comes to an end. Probably a good thing for Carson-Newman that it comes to an end. The Eagles only score 13 points, its fewest in a quarter up to this point, and it sees its halftime lead of 13 trimmed to 9. 10 more minutes go up on to the clock. We're through 3 quarters of the season opener for Carson-Newman against Lander. It's 55-46 Eagles. We head to the fourth after this break.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Fourth quarter action set to come your way. It's Carson-Newman 55 and Lander 46. The Eagles have led ever since an early run after a strong first quarter to lead by 9 points, 55-46. Modern Woodman Financial Planning. They touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. Contact Carson-Newman men's basketball alumnus Taylor Hawkins at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman to help secure your family's financial future. Lander ball to start the fourth. Eccles around his screen. Stops at the free throw line, gives off to Frierson. 10 seconds into the third. Frierson driving on Gonzalez, gives it to Langley. Met by 2, back to Frierson. Frierson driving on Penland, got blocked by Sybil. And out of bounds. Still 12 seconds on the shot clock. So Lander outscored Carson-Newman 17-13 in that third quarter. Another poor shooting quarter for Mike Mincy's crew. Inbound to the corner, now to Langley, and she got fouled as she tried to rip through and acted like she was going to shoot the shot. So she's going to get free throws for this as Sullivan put her hands in the cookie jar and fouled Langley. Second on Sullivan, first of the fourth quarter. Quadesia Langley, the all-Peach Bell player at the free throw line. She has 9 and now is the first Lander in double figures with 10, 55-47. Thomas and Hunt are going to come in if this second free throw goes through. It's in the air, and it's good. Quadesia Langley has 11. 9 of those 11 are in the second half, and this is a 7-point game. Bearcats have been as close as 5 after halftime. 55-48. Gonzalez sprints into the front court, running the point for Carson-Newman. Sullivan, foul line extended around his screen at the free throw line. Looks for help now, shovels it off for Caroline Hill. Halfway through this possession, Hill dribbles out front. Caroline wants a Sybil Penland screen, drives baseline, pick and pop with Penland, who comes off a screen, tries a deep 2, puts it in the air. It's off to the left. Rebound tipped by Thomas to herself. Bearcats running. Langley, front court, shovels Frierson. Frierson skips Thomas. Thomas driving, shoots, and gets blocked by Maddie Knuckles. Fourth block for Knuckles. Eagles out and running. 3-on-2. Gonzalez nearly turned it over. Behind was the pass to Hill, who recovers and gives to Knuckles out front. Now Sullivan. Sullivan dribbling out front, puts the ball between her legs a couple of times. In and out dribble. Steps back, right elbow jump shot is good. It hit the front of the iron, then the backboard, and then fell through the net. 57-48. Sullivan's got 15 to lead Carson-Newman, who is shooting just 31%. Thomas driving on Gonzalez. Floats one up off the side of the backboard. Hunt the offensive rebound. Langley in and out dribble, driving on Sullivan, lost it out of bounds. Turnover. That's Lander's 14th and 10th after halftime. Here comes Keely Rogers back into the game. Sybil Penland out of the contest. She has played 14 minutes and has scored 5 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. She has been Carson-Newman's best contributor off the bench. Also worth noting, Abigail Johnson not in uniform tonight. She's expected to miss the first couple of games, dealing with an early season sickness. Gonzalez dribbling out front, chest pass to Caroline Hill. That means Carson-Newman has just 12 players dressed. Keely Rogers rips through, gives to Sullivan. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, Sullivan drives, stops, kicks it out. Knuckles wide open. Here's a 3 in the air. It swishes in. Maddie Knuckles into double figures on her first 3. She's got 10, and Carson-Newman's lead is 12. 7:45 to go. Hunt going around the baseline. Gives it to Frierson, who drives middle and got fouled. Caroline Hill was bodying up Frierson. That's the third on Hill. She picked up 2 in the first quarter, so her first since that first quarter foul trouble on Hill. Her third. She's the first Eagle with 3 or more now in the game. Left baseline inbound. Frierson lobs to the wing for Langley. 60-48 Carson-Newman. Left-hand dribble for Langley around Sullivan. Forces one up. Left it short. Knuckles trying to get the rebound. Lost it. Rogers gets it. Long skip ahead of the pack. It gets deflected by Lander, and Caroline Hill recovers. And will pass it inside Sullivan. One more to Knuckles. Shot up. No good. And got fouled by Langley. Good passing by Carson-Newman. Sullivan with the eyes to see Knuckles inside, who got fouled on her layup attempt. The Eagles have scored 5 straight and can pad on to this mini run with Maddie Knuckles at the free throw line. She has 10 points in the game, make it 11 as she swishes in the free throw. Carson-Newman is shooting 88% from the free throw line in this game. Second one's also good. Carson-Newman last season only shot 69% from the free throw line. Good start from the stripe here in the opener. Lead back to 14. Langley foul line extended around a screen. Lobs it right wing. Here's a three in the air by Dudley. Too strong. Rogers tracks down the miss. She has 8 rebounds in her return to the floor. Skip it left wing. Hill to the baseline. Gonzalez. Nothing there. Gonzalez dribbles around the perimeter. Now spins around her defender. Driving baseline. Gets cut off. Met by 2. Out to Hill. One more. Rogers. Turns down the shot and then is fouled on her drive to the baseline. It was Quadasia Langley trying to cut off the drive and committed the blocking foul. That's Langley's 3rd. Team's 2nd in the 4th quarter. Langley will exit, and back to the floor comes Kennedy, Johnson, Corley. Eagles by 14, 6:49 to go in the 4th. Sullivan hits the floor on this inbound. Hill will inbound it finally to Sullivan, who got back to her feet. And then after catching the ball, had it whacked out of bounds. Sullivan a little gimpy there walking around after hitting the floor. Tried to get around a screen and I think ran into Knuckles. Eagles inbound the ball. Gonzalez to Keely Rogers. Rogers around his screen. Looks, right-hand dribble, driving baseline. Tries a reverse layup, puts it up, and gets the friendly roll, and one. Rogers went to the left side of the cup, scooped it up with her right hand, and a little English floats it through, and Carson-Newman's on a 9-0 run. Lauren Hunt committed the foul, and she'll exit the floor as Rogers tries to capitalize on the three-point play and knocks home the free throw. What a 4th quarter here from Carson-Newman. It has outscored Lander 10-2 and is on a 10-0 run since Lander scored the first basket of the quarter. Dudley around 2 screens, lobs to the baseline. Kayla Titus throws it to the block for Johnson Corley. The guard trying to back down Gonzalez, forces one up and good. That'll end a 10-0 scoring run to begin this 4th quarter. Sullivan front court, bounces Knuckles baseline, back to Jen. Right wing 3 is in the air, it's short. Offensive rebound, Caroline Hill. Hill dribbles it out to the wing, throws it baseline for Maddie Knuckles, who drives. And it's tied up. Tried to go up with a shot, hesitated. It got poked away, and the officials are determining that it's a jump ball. The arrow favors the Bearcats. 65-50. There are 5 minutes and 59 seconds to play in this 4th quarter. Carson-Newman's led by as many as 17. Has seen Lander get as close as 5 in this second half. And now leads by 15, trying to close out the opener and win a 4th straight season lid lifter. Drive to the basket, Eccles forced one up, no contact, no foul. Sullivan dribbles to the front court, needs help. She's double teamed. And we've got shot clock issues. The shot clock sits at 9. Carson-Newman Sullivan was in jail in the backcourt. Had 2 lengthy Lander defenders, and Eccles at 6 foot and the 5'10 Corley just smothering her. And the shot clock was at 9. The LR operator did not switch and reset the shot clock on the change of possession. So we're going to have some hashing out to do with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to play in this 4th quarter. The officials are keeping the players on the floor, but they are trying to address the shot clock issue. They are checking the replay on the iPad that the LR staff is providing for official review. Stick around, fans, for the Domino's post-game report for the selection of the Premier Player of the Game. Excellence does not happen by accident. The Premier team delivers service with pride. We will take our media timeout. The officials are going to need a couple extra looks, and so they will indicate to the benches that we'll take our media break here. There's 5 minutes and 38 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. Carson-Newman's outscoring Lander by 6 in the 4th quarter to lead 65-50. We're back to Schufert Arena with the Eagles ahead by 15 after these messages. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Carson-Newman's lead is 15. Carson-Newman's just broke the huddle, but I think the officials are just now clarifying the shot clock issue. It will set to 24, and the Eagles will inbound in the backcourt, leading 65-50. So the Eagles bailed out. Sullivan was double-teamed, but the shot clock's read 9, and now Gonzalez will sprint into the front court to break the timeline. Starting 5 for Mike Mincy to try to close this thing out. 5.5 to play. Knuckles top of the key. One dribble. Tried a backdoor cut. Dragged her pivot foot. Got away with the turnover. Rogers keeps the ball. 8 seconds to shoot. Thought about a step back 3. Gives to Sullivan with 5. Sullivan got to go to work. Puts it on the floor. Driving to the basket. Shoots. Missed it. Ball goes out of bounds. Off of Lander. It'll be a shot clock violation, though, because the ball went out of bounds. 5:14 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 65-50 Carson-Newman. Eagles are ahead and have been ahead since the first 4 minutes, despite shooting 34%. Their percentage has been great in the fourth, though. They're 3 of 5 as Dudley drives to the basket. Left-hand shot rolls out, no. Rogers the rebound. Keeley outlets to Gonzalez. 3-on-1. Kick it to the right corner. Sullivan pump fakes a 3. Lander got back defensively to Knuckles along the baseline. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound Johnson Corley. She rips it away from an Eagle and now outlets the pass to Frierson. Right-hand dribble for the sophomore point guard. Gives to Titus. Right wing 3 is short. Rebound Caroline Hill. These two teams are a combined 11 of 43 from 3. Carson-Newman's made 8 of those 11 threes. Lander has just 3, but has only taken 12. Hill hands off for Sullivan, but the pass gets deflected and turned over. It's loose on the floor, still loose, and finally one of the 3 officials determines that we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Carson-Newman. 4:21 to go in this fourth quarter. And Lander is going to bring back in Trinity Thomas and take out Alindria Dudley. Two teams have not scored over the last 2.5 minutes spanning our media break. Carson-Newman's run is 10-2 over the last 5, which spans this fourth quarter. Quadasia Langley is going to return for Frierson. Langley's been great in this second half, coming alive with 11 points in 22 minutes on the floor. Sullivan will inbound, lobs it to Knuckles. Knuckles dribbles and hands off for Sullivan. Shot clock's at 5 to Caroline Hill. She pump fakes a 3, gives it back to Sullivan with 2. She's going to launch from deep and airball it. And back-to-back shot clock violations for Carson-Newman. Rarely will you see that from a Mike Mincy offense, but his team's struggling to find a shot these last few trips. And with 4 to play, the lead is still 15. Langley off to Johnson Corley. Right-hand dribble. Tried a backdoor pass. Instead, keeps the ball. Shoots a 3 off to the left. Sullivan the rebound. Sullivan's got 5 rebounds with 5 assists and 15 points. Skipping it into the corner for Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets around her defender. Foots up a shot. Too strong off the iron. Rebound Titus and the Bearcats. Langley brings it front court. 3:40 and counting into the left corner. Thomas for 3. No good. Langley, the offensive rebound. She'll put up a shot. No. Eccles, an offensive rebound. Puts it back up in and 1. Offensive rebounding has been at a premium for these two teams, even if the second chance points haven't been there. But the extra opportunities have at least given these two teams extra chances to score. That time the Bearcats do, with Eccles going to the line for an and 1. The free throw is good. It's 65-53 and snaps a 3-minute scoring drought for the Bearcats. It's a 12-point game. Carson-Newman needs a couple of buckets here to try to put this thing away. Sullivan left side for Rogers. Bounce Knuckles. Here comes a Johnson-Corley steal as she rips it from behind and then falls down. We've got a jump ball, and the Bearcats will keep it. So Knuckles was with her back to the basket, and Johnson-Corley just sprinted around her left side and ripped it away from Knuckles. It's Carson-Newman's 13th turnover and 10th of the second half. Bearcats can make this a single-digit game after Johnson-Corley's steal, and then she was eventually tied up by Rogers. Lander keeps it. Langley's got it. 3:10 to go. Into the right corner. Thomas throwing to the block for Johnson-Corley, trying to back down Sullivan. Well, thought about forcing one up. Somehow got it out to driving Langley for a shot off glass and good. 5 straight for Lander. Less than 3 to play. 65-55. Carson-Newman's not scored in almost 4 minutes. Rogers into the front court, gives to Sullivan. Eagles content with running some clock. Bounce pass Caroline Hill, right wing. Hill looking for a pass. Instead will rip through, driving to the basket. Puts it up with a right hand and scores. A terrific take from Caroline Hill. She has 16 points in her first career start, and it's 67-55. Langley, quick pop three, got it, right wing. That was a hand in the face by Sullivan, but Langley bangs home her second three. Quick timeout, Lander, 67-58. Bearcats will have 2 timeouts left. It's a 30-second timeout. Bearcats offense coming alive here after a slow start this quarter. Lander has scored 10 of the last 12 points in this game thanks to making 3 of their last 4 shots. Again, fans, we talked about the premier player of the game. We'll bring that to you post-game with the Domino's post-game report. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Domino's offers a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 if you use your Carson-Newman ID, or you can get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Out of the timeout, Langley and the Bearcats are applying full-court pressure. Rogers, Sullivan passing it back and forth. Long skip front court, Hill. Bounce it, Knuckles catches, shoots, missed the layup. Rebound Thomas. That's a bunny that Knuckles will want to have back. Into the front court, Thomas to Langley. 2 to play. Langley driving baseline, bodied up by Gonzalez. Gonzalez swats the shot. Her 3rd block. Now dribbles into the front court with numbers. Hill to Sullivan, and the Eagles want to run some clock. Mike Mincy says, we're going to pull it out and eat some of this time. $1.50 and counting. Carson-Newman's only made 1 shot in its last 7 attempts. Lob to Knuckles, back to Sullivan, driving inside. Jen is fouled. Jen Sullivan got around the give and go with Knuckles, sliced by a defender. The help side defender came and met her at the right block, but it was Sullivan that hung in the air as she went to take the shot that forced the contact. And she'll earn a trip to the free throw line with 100 seconds to play in the game. First one's in the air, and it's good for Jennifer Sullivan, who shot 82% last year from the stripe. She is a perfect 4 for 4 in this game. And matches Hill 16 to lead Carson-Newman, and now outpaces her with 17. Makes both. It's back to double digits. 69-58 Eagles. Front court, Thomas skipped to Eccles. She's driving baseline. Stops. Reverses to Johnson-Corley. Pass was behind her. She saves it to keep it in the front court. Gives it off Frierson. Lander taking a lot of time here. They need a lot of points in a short amount of time. Eccles back-tapped, fouled by Sullivan. Just the 4th team foul, so no free throws on this foul, but the next one and the ones after it will be free throws for Lander. $1:21 to go. Bearcats trailing 11 by 11 to Carson-Newman. Long inbound, deflected by Sullivan and stolen. Gonzalez nearly turned it over. Rogers gives it to Gonzalez, who recovers for the Eagles. Emily's controlling the tempo and the ball with $1:05 in counting. Dribbling, now hands for Hill. 12 on the shot clock. Lander playing the possession out, 60 seconds to play. Rogers, right-hand dribble out front, hands off. Sullivan, 5 seconds to shoot. Sullivan gives to Knuckles, 2 seconds, back to Sullivan, forces it up and missed the shot, but a foul as the shot clock expired. Knuckles, Sullivan give and go. Sullivan got the shot up before the shot clock expired and was fouled in the act of shooting. And Sullivan can continue to try to put the finishing touches on a season-opening win at the free throw line. First free throw in the air, no good. That's Jen's first miss in 6 tries at the charity stripe. Second one good. Quadesia Langley back to the floor. Offensive purposes here. Out goes Titus, and Nicole Shelwick in her second season, beginning her second season, requests for a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout with 50 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. We'll talk with Mike Mincy and a player following this contest as well. The Eagles trying to put the finishing touches on a 4th straight season opening win and a 19th win in this SAC Peach Belt Challenge that has been played each of the last 12 seasons. 3 Lady Eagles are in double figures. Jennifer Sullivan, Caroline Hill have combined for 34. Maddie Knuckles has tossed in 12 points and a team-high 4 blocks. Keely Rogers is 2 points and a rebound away from a double-double. She has played 30 minutes in her return to the floor after an injury that kept her out all of last year. Out of the timeout, Bearcats ball. Langley, right wing. Eagles playing a 2-3 zone here. Different look. Johnson Corley drives baseline, forces one up over Knuckles, missed it. Offensive rebound, Eccles. She got blocked by Sullivan. Kept in play by the Bearcats. Langley now tries a left wing 3. It's up and in and out. Rebound deflects around, and possession will stay here because of a foul in the rebounding act on Carson-Newman's Emily Gonzalez. 3rd on Emily. And that'll send Trinity Thomas to the free throw line. Well, how about this? Carson-Newman's got 9 blocks in this game. Knuckles 4 of them, Gonzalez 3 of them, Sullivan the other 2 as Thomas's first free throw misses off to the right. Carson-Newman a block away from achieving 10-plus blocks, something they did last in the middle of January against Wingate last season. Thomas's second one is good. Timeout Carson-Newman. The Eagles will have 2 left, and Mike Mincy wants just a 30-second timeout, trying to get this ball into the front court and avoid having to inbound it in the backcourt. Thomas's free throw gives her 10 points. Neither side will be pleased with the offensive shooting. Both teams have taken, how about this, 74 shots. Carson-Newman's made 24 of its 74. Landers made 23 of its 74. 32% shooting for the Eagles, 31% for Lander. Bearcats shot 39% in the third quarter. That was the highest percentage from either of these teams in any quarter in this game, but they've gone on to miss 15 of their next 19 shots in this fourth quarter and are shooting 20%. Haven't been able to rally because of offensive woes. 31 seconds, inbound to Caroline Hill. She's dribbling out front. Bearcats are not fouling. They have none to give. 11-point game. Eagles lob into the corner. Carly Hayworth pump fakes a shot and bounces it back to Hill. Hill with 15 on the timer, drives to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Sullivan. There's about a second difference, so Carson-Newman will have to shoot here unless it runs out the clock. Bearcats still applying a lot of pressure. Sullivan's got it, driving to the block, gives it to Knuckles, forces one up, and is fouled with 4 seconds on the shot clock and 5 seconds on the game clock. And the Eagles will salt away this win at the charity stripe. First free throw swishes in for Maddie Knuckles, who has 13 points. And now 14 points, one off her career high after making both free throws. Carson-Newman as a team now 16 of 19 from the line. It's 71-59. Timeout Lander, rather 72-59. She made both. Or unless, yeah, made both. Timeout Lander with 5.5 seconds to play. Scoreboard in the arena still has 71. It is 72. That was where I had a little bit of confusion. Bearcats have seen Carson-Newman score 5 of the final 6 points in this game. That has helped salt away this victory. Despite Carson-Newman struggling from the field, they have found a way in this one, in a game with a lot of rebounds and a lot of missed shots. Not a lot of turnovers, just 28 combined. A lot of the turnovers have been in the second half. 72-59 is the score. Scoreboard inside the arena still has 71. Not that it will matter here down the stretch, but just for my knowledge here. Johnson Corley will inbound. It goes to Frierson. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. She'll pull up from the free throw line, shoot, miss it short. Rebound Sullivan. Ball game. Buzzer sounds. Eagles win, and they've won their season opener for the 4th straight season. It wasn't pretty, but Jennifer Sullivan paces 3 double-figure scores, and Carson-Newman finds a way to defeat Lander 72-59. Sullivan 18, Hill 16, Knuckles 14, and Carson-Newman is 1-0. They only shoot 32%, but they find a way. We'll come back with the Domino's post-game report to wrap this one up from Schuford Arena after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Hey, Eagle fans, check out the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Located in the MSAC Grand Hall, the Eagle Shop has all your Carson-Newman apparel, from brands like Nike, Columbia, and Comfort Colors. The Eagle Shop has all your gifts, gear, and accessories. Can't make it in person? Visit eagleshop.cn.edu. That's eagleshop.cn.edu for all your Carson-Newman clothing needs.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's postgame report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Left wing Rutherford 3 up and kaboom! Tori Rutherford.
Your stats breakdown. A conversation with Mike Mincy, presented by Modern Woodman Financial Planning. Plus the selection of the AEC electrifying play and the Premier Building Maintenance Player of the Game are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Trilite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching lives and securing futures. By the Mossy Creek Roasting Company, family-owned and operated, coffee fueling the Burt Tarr Stadium press box. And by the Eagle Shop, the official store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Andrew Rogers.
It wasn't pretty for Carson-Newman in this one, but they find a way to capture a victory in the season opener. Final score here from Shuford Arena, 72-59. Carson-Newman gets the job done despite a first half and overall game where the Eagles struggled to score the basketball, but did what they needed to do as the game went along and found a way to get this victory into the win column for Carson-Newman by a final score of 72-59. Carson-Newman started this game very well, as we are glad to welcome you in for the Domino's post-game report. The Eagles raced out to a quality start in this game after both teams went back and forth. Carson-Newman used a 8-0 run to make it 18-8 late in the first quarter, and the Eagles led by 10 points, rather 8 points after one. It was 22-14, but the story between quarters was Carson-Newman starting the game 7 of 13 from the field and ended up only shooting 32% from the field in the opening half. The Eagles shot 30% in the second quarter, and after starting 7 of 13, went on to miss 18 of its next 19 shots in the game. But interestingly enough, never trailed during that stretch, and after trailing 3 minutes into the game, never relinquished the lead in this contest, led by as many as 17 to improve to 1-0. The Eagles scored 72 points and were led by Jennifer Sullivan's 18 points. Caroline Hill had 16 and Maddie Knuckles had 14 to pace the double-figure scores. For the Eagles, Keely Rogers, Emily Gonzalez combined for 14 points. As well as this game got into the third quarter, the scoring did not really ramp up. The shooting percentages did at points, but the Bearcats used a couple quality runs after a 15-point lead early in the third quarter. Carson-Newman saw its lead dwindle down to 5 with 4 to play in the third quarter. It was 47-42, but the Eagles scored 8 of the final 12 points in the third quarter and led by 9 points heading into the fourth period. Lander scored the first 2 points of the fourth quarter, and then Carson-Newman went on another big run. They went on a 10-0 run that spanned 3 minutes, and the lead ballooned to 17 at 65-48. So that big burst made what looked to be the finishing touches on this one. Bearcats made yet another late run, but ultimately Carson-Newman puts this game away with some free throws to finish this game out. 72-59. The Eagles are 1-0 and have won 4 straight season openers. We continue on the Domino's post-game report, now joined by the head coach, Mike Mincy, here on the Eagle Sports Network. Coach, your offense was great to start this game out. You make 7 of your first 13 shots at an early lead, and then there was a lid on the basket. You missed 18 of your next 19 shots, but never relinquished a lead during that stretch and never trailed after trailing early in this game. How was your team able to fight through shooting woes to basically control this game throughout and make runs when it was necessary to do against a stingy Lander team?
Honestly, I think it was just runs. I think we got on a good run there early. Like you said, the lid was on the basket. We couldn't get the ball to go down. I thought we had a lot of really good looks, a lot of open three-point shots that we had there in the first half. And, I haven't seen a really accurate box score yet. The first half, I didn't see one, so I don't know. It said we didn't shoot it very well, but also said we took 46 shots in the first half. I don't know if that's
very right.
Okay.
32% shooting first half and 32 for the game.
Okay, so, obviously that's not what we want to do. I think we've got capable three-point shooters to be shooting the ball and making them, certainly, when they're that wide open. But, when Lander cut it, I think they cut it to 1 there in the first half, and then we went on I don't know what it was, maybe 18-6 maybe run to finish out the half to carry a 13-point lead in. And I thought we had several opportunities to start the third to extend our lead, and you saw it was just kind of sloppy and either didn't have a shot fall, took the wrong shot. We had a series of turnovers there that hurt us, and so every bucket they were getting there in the third quarter seemed to be on our defensive transition when we didn't take care of the ball and make the right play. But nonetheless, we come away with a win.
You mentioned a couple of the runs that they went in the first half. They went on another one in the third quarter. They cut it to 5 late in the third, but then you guys, I think, went on a 10-0 run early in the fourth quarter, pushed it to 17. Final results, 13 points. How important were those sequences? Even though at times the offense was inconsistent, it did heat up in certain moments to give you that feeling, okay, we've got control of this game and we're in a good position.
Yeah, I think you said it. Like, there was just moments to where it didn't seem like we had anything, and then there was a good cut to the rim, or we got an and one, or we got a couple of threes there in some of those segments. And it's what it takes to win a game, an ugly game at that. It's not there's not a lot of high field goal percentage or efficiency going on. Didn't like how we played in the second half. I think we had 10 turnovers in the second half. But, again, we made enough plays, got enough stops to carry home I don't know, what was the final?
72-59.
13-point win. So it was an even score in the second half. But, again, we held on and held serve as much as we could. I didn't sub a whole lot in the fourth quarter. Kind of liked what we had out there defensively. But, and I think Lander missed some easier shots in the paint. I think they bailed us out there a little bit, but nonetheless, we got the job done. 3 players in double figures. Jennifer Sullivan led the way with 18, but Caroline Hill was efficient in her 16 points in her first career start, made 3 threes to lead the team. What'd you like about her performance in her first career start with elevated minutes? Well, I think obviously she hit some shots early, but there was a play there I don't know what, sometime in the second half where we were stagnant, we weren't getting anything offensively, and she crossed her girl up, went to the rim and scored. I think it was in the fourth quarter there. That probably gave us enough cushion that we felt like we could carry the game home. But she's come back. Ever since she's come back this year, she's been a different kid from last year. She's been one of our most efficient players from shooting and just playing, and she can do more than just shoot threes. She can certainly play at all 3 levels.
Your third double-figure scorer was Maddie Knuckles with 14 points, but she also led the team with 4 blocks. Her and Keeley in the front court were big. Keeley had 9 rebounds to lead the way. What did you see from those two anchoring a tough Lander team that was attacking the ball a lot in this game?
Yeah, and I'd be remiss. Jen played well. She had a little bit of struggle there in the third quarter with ball control, but outside of that, even late, she made some plays and got the free throw line and converted on them. And of course, Knuckles, we don't have, with losing Lindsay, we lost our traditional post player, so we're kind of playing, she's not like a 5 or a center. She's more of like a 4 or a power forward type player, but she's got good length, she's got good timing. And I thought she defended well down there. We didn't go back with Chloe. We'll probably go back to her tomorrow in terms of that backup 5 spot. We went with Keeley, and Keeley, with her strength, has got the ability to guard really anybody on the block that she'll face. Because I thought 23 for them was a handful for us, and I was certainly happy with how Knuckles and Keeley both guarded her and tried to keep her out of the paint.
Coach, congrats on a win in the opener.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's the head coach, Mike Mincy, here on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll take a break, come back and talk with our premier player of the game, Caroline Hill, when we return to Shuford Arena after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess energy toward the ground through the ground wire. AEC also offers surge devices for inside your home to defend against possible voltage spikes that could damage your electronics, appliances, or equipment. This service is affordable and dependable. Order today and enjoy no connection fee. AEC, we power what matters most.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club. More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Andrew Rogers back here on the Domino's postgame report as Carson-Newman wins its season opener for the fourth straight season by defeating Lander 72-59. Now joined by our premier player of the game, Caroline Hill. Caroline, your first career start, and you turn in a game with 16 points and 3 made three-pointers. What was working well, especially for this offense early on in the game, but for you to be one of the team's leading scorers in this game?
I think we moved the ball really well, and we have a lot of threats on the offensive side. So Jen was hitting well, and that opened up for me and Maddie and Keeley and everybody. So I think just spreading the floor and having so many threats, it just really helps our team.
Had to battle some tough shooting offensively. You guys made 7 of your first 13 shots, and then in the second quarter, between quarters, you missed 18 of your next 19. Still had the lead, though. How was this team as a whole able to overcome tough shooting to get the job done?
I think we all can play on all different levels, and just because we're not having a good shooting night, we can get in the paint, make good passes. Emily's really good at getting in the paint and shooting the little hook shot, and Jen and Maddie both get tough and ones. Even Keeley had one too. So I think just being able to facilitate on all levels is probably one of our biggest strengths.
Defensively, you obviously had to play well if the shooting wasn't going to be there at certain points, and you held Lander to 30% shooting in their 75 shot attempts. What did it take to defend them? They took the ball into the basket a lot. They only shot 17 threes, so they took 58 shots inside the arc. What did it take to defend them well?
I think just being aware. We talked in practice a little bit if we wanted to switch on some of their better players or not, but I think just communicating and being able to guard our guard, and just I think the main thing was definitely communication and just knowing what we had to do.
Jennifer Sullivan had 8 points to join you in double figures, and Maddie Knuckles had 14 as well. What did you like about the offense, even though the shooting was not there, to be able to stick with it, and when you needed to make winning plays or go on scoring runs to push the lead back out to double digits, you guys were able to do that?
Yeah, I think we just knew that that's the plays we had to make, and we have multiple people that can make those plays. So just getting it into the hands of people that can do that and being confident, and even though we hadn't been shooting well, still being confident enough to shoot it or drive.
Short turnaround. You'll play USC Aiken in the first game tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. What's going to be the focus for this group to get some rest tonight and get ready for tomorrow afternoon and cap the weekend with another win?
Yeah, I think just getting some rest and being really locked in and focused and shoot around, just trying to make sure we can shoot to our best potential tomorrow.
All right, Caroline, congrats on being our premier player of the game and a 13-point win.
Thank you.
That is our premier player of the game, Caroline Hill. Collects a 13-point victory, 72-59. They've won 4 straight season openers and are back in action against USC Aiken tomorrow afternoon. Carson-Newman men's basketball is currently playing King. That is a late first half score. It's 54-23. That'll do it for the Domino's post-game report here from Schufert Arena. Carson-Newman wins 72-59. We're back on the air tomorrow afternoon at 1:45 p.m. for Carson-Newman's 2 o'clock tip with USC Aiken, a team that lost by 20 earlier today. That'll wrap up the post-game report. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Schufert Arena. Until then, have a great rest of your Saturday.
We love to cheer for our home teams, Like the Eagles, it means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
You've been listening to the Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By First Bank, the official banking partner of Carson-Newman Athletics. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By Fresh Ideas, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Food City, value every day. By Premier Building Maintenance, delivering service with pride. By Tri-Lite, dream big with gig. By Modern Woodman Financial Planning, touching